Dear student, myself Rajendra Asiri, I am Assistant Professor in Computer Science Department at Government Bangad PG College, Didona. In the previous lecture, we started the series on database and management system. In this lecture series, we have done various concepts on relational database, schema, instance, keys, primary key, candidate key, foreign key, and various levels of abstraction. Then in the just previous lecture we started the relational algebra expressions, and in relational algebra we discussed about select operation, project operation, set, difference operation, union operation, and Cartesian product. Now in today's lecture we will be discussing some new relational algebra operations, right? Like set, intersection, natural join, division, and assignment. So we define additional operation that do not add any power to the relational algebra, but that simply common the query. Okay, they just simplify the queries. If we use these additional operation in our relational algebra, then our query will be very simple. Okay, and the access of the database will very easy. So first operation is set intersection. Now in set intersection, the notation is reverse u, or we can say just opposite u. And the notation will be in set intersection we required minimum two relation. So first relation I am assuming R and second is S, then the notation will become R intersection S, R reverse U S. Now in mathematical form it is defined as R intersection S will return a set of tuple T such that T belongs to R and T belongs to S. So if you notice in the set union operation, same definition was there, but here at place of and there were or. Or means we are having a choice that either we need to pick the tuples from first relation or from the second relation. We cannot take the tuples from both the relations simultaneously, right? So here in set intersection, this is the difference, that here we need to write down and. And means at the same time the tuples should be present in relation R as well as in relation S. Then only those tuples will be added into final output, right? Now here also some assumptions are there, some conditions are there. R and S should have the same arity. Arity means number of attribute in a relation is called as arity. So in relation R means first relation as well as in relation S second relation, number of attributes should be same. Then only we can perform set intersection operation. Second condition, attributes of R and S should be compatible. Compatible means uh, if suppose I am saying second attribute or second column in first relation is related to suppose customer name, then in the second relation also second attribute or second column should be related to customer name. Means there should be compatibility between relation R and S and with their attributes, right? So mathematically we can write down a relationship between set intersection operation and set difference operation. R intersection S will be R set difference of R and S. So this can be understood like, suppose I have the set difference of R minus S, and this will be done with the set difference again with the R. So R minus, again we are taking R minus S, then it will become equal to R intersection S. So in this manner set intersection operation can be equate with the set difference operator or operation. Now an example we are taking is set intersection operation. Relation R is given here. Two attributes are there, A and B, and three rows in first relation, alpha 1, alpha 2, and beta 1. Similarly in second relation there are two attribute A and B, and there are two rows. First row says alpha 2 and second row says beta 3. Okay, so if we apply R intersection S, then as per the definition of the R intersection S, we will be picking the rows from either R as well as from the S, if they are common in S also, both the relation, right? So suppose first step by step we are doing, we are picking first row, that is from R, and the row says alpha 1. This alpha 1 we will be checking in relation S. Yes, first row in S is alpha 2, which is not equal to alpha 1, beta 3, which is not equal to alpha 1. It means alpha 1 will not be finally added in the intersection, right? Because it is not common. Second is alpha 2, second row from the first relation. Now alpha 2 we will be searching in the second relation. Alpha 2 is present as the first row of the relation S. It means alpha 2 is present in R as well as in S. So it will be finally added into final intersection relation. Okay, final output. So alpha 2 will be first row in the output. Now third row is beta 1 in the relation R. We will check beta 1 is present in the second relation. No, it is not present. Alpha 2 is first row, beta 3 is second row. So beta 1 is also not present in both the relation. So the conclusion is that only alpha 2 is tuple is present in relation R as well as in S. So as per the definition of the intersection, this should be finally added in the output. So in the final relation, A and B will be two attribute and there is only one row which says alpha 2. This is the final answer of this particular intersection query, right? Okay. Now next operation is natural join. Now before starting this natural join concept, I want to remind you all that in the previous lecture we have done Cartesian product, right? In Cartesian product, what we used to do, we used to multiply every tuple of first relation with the every tuple of the second relation. Means all the possibilities. Suppose in the first relation there are 3 rows, second relation there are 4 rows. So total possible rows in the output will be 3 into 4, that is 12, right? Now in natural join, it will remove the redundancy from the Cartesian product. Okay, Cartesian product symbol was cross, and here if you see, cross is the symbol which is bounded by two vertical lines. See, this was the Cartesian product in which all the possibility we are picking and redundancy was there. But if we are removing the duplicacy or redundancy by applying the notation double vertical line just giving a significance that we are just putting some more restriction on the Cartesian product. Okay, means removing the duplicacy or redundancy, then it will become the natural join. Now the question arises in mind of all of you that based on which concept we can remove the redundancy. So there are some common attribute in both the relation, common attribute. Based on that attribute, based on the values or based on the domain values of those attribute, we will remove the duplicacy. Okay, so starting notation already I explained. Let R and S be two relation on schema capital R and capital S respectively. Then how to define the natural join? So natural join on these relation on schema R union S will be obtained as we are considering each pair or tuple from first relation which is from relation R and second tuple T of S from the relation S. Okay. Now if TS and TR have the same value on each of the attribute in R intersection S, then add a tuple T to the result where some conditions are there. T has the same value as TR on R and T has the same value as TS on S. Okay, means just common attribute should be present in both the relation, then only natural join can be done. Now some example is listed here. In this example, R relation is having A, B, C, D 4 attribute, and in S relation there are 3 attribute E, B, D. If you notice, in first relation A, B, C, D, and in second relation E, B, D. So BD is common in both the relation. Okay, second attribute and fourth attribute of first relation is common with the second attribute and third attribute of second relation, right? So it will give the result schema as A, B, C, D and E. B and D will not be repeated. It means if suppose we are doing here Cartesian product, then in Cartesian product it will be having 7 attribute like A, B, C, D, E, B, D. But in case of natural join, it has removed the duplicate attribute, that is B and D, right? How to write down this in a relational algebra operation? So pi means project operation. From relation R we are picking A, from relation R we are picking B, and from relation R we are picking C. Similarly, D is also picked from the R. Now, E is not present in the R, so E will be new. Clear? New attribute, so it will be picked from S relation. So S of E. Now the condition is sigma of R of B is equal to S of B and R of D is equal to S of D. These are the by default condition. If you are applying on the Cartesian product, then this will give the natural join operation. So if you are do not want to write down these condition, then rather than using this R cross S, we can simply write down R natural join S. If we write down at place of R cross S R natural join S, then this condition is not required. Means B equal to D, R of B is equal to S of B and R of D is equal to S of D is not required to write down. Okay. So this is all about a natural join. One example I have listed here. So in this natural join example, first relation R is having 4 attribute A, B, C and D. Now in this 4 rows are there. First row alpha 1, alpha A, second is beta 2, gamma A, third is gamma 4, beta B, alpha 1, gamma A, relation R. Second relation is S. If we apply the natural join, then it will remove the duplicate attribute, means A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D and E will come. So if you see, there are only how many rows? 5 rows are there. So from the ABC we will check common attribute BD. Suppose common attribute is BD. So if you see here in the first relation B, first row value is 1A, here 1A. It means it will be picked, right? So common attribute value should be same in both the relation, then only they will be picked and added into the final relation. So in this manner the output can be gained, right? Next, division operation. The notation is in mathematical same as the mathematical notation, R horizontal line with 2 dot and S. It is suited for the query that include the phrase for all. When for all phrase is there in a query, then it is advisable to use division operation in our query. So let R and S be relation on schema R and S respectively, where R is having A1 to AM and B1 to Bn. These are the attribute. Similarly, S is having B1 and B1 to Bn. If you notice, B1 to Bn are the attribute which are common in R also, right? And R is having some additional attribute. So the result of R division S is a relation schema on which is defined as R minus S equal to A1, A2 up to AM, means the common attribute. Now see, R divided by S will give the tuple such that tuple will belongs to R minus S, projection of R minus S relations of R, and for every U belongs to S, TU belongs to R. Now where TU means the concatenation of the tuple T and U to produce a single tuple, right? So if you see here the division operation, relation R is given. In relation R there are 2 attributes, and if you see there are total 11 rows are there. Clear? Alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3, beta 1, gamma 1, delta 3, delta 4, epsilon 6, epsilon 1 and beta 2. This is R, and second relation is having only one attribute, that is B, only one column, and having 2 rows 1 and 2 in S. If we apply R division S, then in beta if you see 1, 2 is the attribute. So and we are wanting what? We are wanting the common attribute. So the common attribute is what? The common attribute will be cancel out, because in division, suppose I want to do 5 into 25 upon suppose 10, right? So and 2, so common attribute 1, this will be cancel out. Similarly here also the common attribute is 1, 2, these row will be cancel out, okay, and the remaining attribute will be in the final. So 1, 2, if you see corresponding to 1, 2, what is the value? Alpha. Corresponding to 1, 2, what is the value? Beta. Clear? So corresponding to 1, 2 beta is there, corresponding to 1 beta is there. So 1, 2 beta, one combination is, first we need to check B value. In B value 1, 2 corresponding A value should be same. So corresponding A value same is alpha. If you see here one value is beta, if you see two value beta, it means it will be picked. Second B value 1 is corresponding A is gamma, so it will not be picked. So first will be picked corresponding to 1 to A corresponding value is alpha, and corresponding to 1 to A value corresponding is beta. So in this manner the final output will be having two row and only one attribute A with the two rows alpha and beta, right? So in this manner we can apply the division operation also, right? One more example is given here. So see here 5 attributes are there and we have listed the corresponding tuple. Now if you see second relation, from whom we need to divide DE, two attribute, and A1 and B1. So we need to check this combination A1 should be there and B1 at the same time. So if you see DE value, I am picking the marker A1, and at the same time corresponding value of ABC is alpha A alpha. Okay, I'm not picking this. Why? Because at the same time we need to check B1 also. So A1 and B1 value is alpha A gamma, corresponding, if you see alpha A gamma and here alpha A alpha, not same, so we will not pick this. Next is one value is alpha beta A gamma, it will also not be picked. Next gamma not picked, so we will be picking alpha A gamma. First will be picked as alpha A gamma because everywhere alpha A gamma is there, and B value is also 1, okay, at the same time. So A1 should be there and at the same time B1 should be there. This combination is present in the relation R wherever corresponding ABC will be written and finally added into the output. So in this manner we can perform the division operation in relational algebra. In the upcoming lectures we will be focusing on some new concept about the relational algebra. Thank you.